Hi everybody, it's Mr. Barton for Victory Physical Education Online, and I'm here today to talk about a game called Nukem. Now, Nukem is a lead-up volleyball game that's very popular, and my kids really like it. It's kind of got a strange name, but once they learn how to play it, they do ask to play this game a lot. And what you need for this activity is you need a volleyball. Now, this is a foam volleyball. You can play with a regular volleyball, and you need a net across the gym. I only have one game going on at a time. If you have a bigger gym, obviously you could have two, but I have the gym divided by a net down the middle, and I split the groups into two teams. You can play with as many as maybe 15 on a side. You can play with as little as maybe 6 on a side. You could even go less, but you'd have to modify the rules a little bit. So the object of this game, and what I start with, is I tell them that you're trying to eliminate everybody on the other side. There is an elimination version and a point version. I'll go over them briefly. So with the elimination version, the two teams are separated on each side. You rock, paper, scissors to see who gets the ball first. Let's say that the O's get the ball first. When they get the ball, whoever I hand the ball to gets 3 seconds to hold on to the ball. So it's the rules of 3. So 3 seconds to hold the ball. They can take 3 steps with the ball. And their team is allowed to make 3 passes to the people on their side. Now, you're trying to keep the ball off the floor. So once they do those rules of 3, they're trying to get the ball over the net to the other side. Now, when the ball comes over to the net on the other side, there's no bumping, setting, and spiking. You just have to catch it and keep it off the floor. Once that ball lands, again, the rules of 3 apply. Now, if a person throws the ball and it goes over the net and somebody catches it, obviously the game continues. But if somebody drops it or it lands right here, that person would be out. All right? So if they were the closest one to the ball or they attempted to catch the ball and missed the ball, they would go out. And they would stand out here temporarily. And I let them know that it's temporary. There's a way for them to get back in the game. So that person would be eliminated and go off to the side. All right? Game continues. So there's one less person on this side than there is on the other side. If you throw the ball and it hits the net, whoever threw the ball would be out. So let's say an X throws the ball, hits the net, this person would go and stand out of bounds. If it hits the ceiling, if it lands outside the lines that you make, so they have to keep the ball in play. Also, if I pass the ball to one of my teammates and my teammate does not catch the ball and ends up dropping it, it's not the person who dropped it that goes out. I tell them it's the person that passes it. So I make sure that kind of encourages them to make sure they're making good passes to their opponent. So at some point in the game, you're going to get people going out of the game. And you're going to get to where there are 2 left on each side. All right, so everybody's gone out, everybody's made some mistakes, which happens in this game, and then there are 2 people left. Now, this is that magical moment that I tell them about, that if any of these 2 individuals catch the ball, let's say the O's throw the ball over and somebody from the X team catches it, one of those 2 people left, everybody that was out gets to come back in the game. All right, so they kind of restacking their team. All right, the object of this game is to eliminate everybody on their side. So if those 2 people, let's say that this person doesn't catch it, there's 1 person left, and they have to make sure they try to make it so this person doesn't catch the ball. If they do, the game is over. Okay, everybody comes back in, and then we start another game. All right, so that's the elimination version. Making a mess here. The point version is I give points for each time the ball hits the ground. So I have a scorekeeper, I have a scoreboard, and so if the O's throw the ball over the net and the X's fail to catch it, that's a point for the O's. All right? If they get a clean hit or an ace where nobody touches it, I give them 2 points for that. That's an ace. So there's a point version of Nukem, and there is a elimination version of Nukem. And I'll be honest, they like the elimination version better. I don't always like sending players out of the game, but if you have a bigger group, some of them do stand there for a little bit, but it's not that long, and then they get back in the game. They seem to love it. And this is a pretty moderate game, a lot of walking back and forth, but eventually it does get a little bit more fast-paced, especially with the older ones. Again, the game is called Nuke 'Em. The object of the game is to eliminate everybody on the other side in elimination version. And point, it's obviously to score the most amount of points and try to get that ball to land on the floor on the opposing side. So a very popular game here at Victory, and you're about to see it in action. So stay tuned. Thanks.
You get 3 seconds up to 3 passes. Good. There's 1. Oh, sorry, Tulane. Remember, you get 3 steps with the ball, 3 seconds. If you catch it, your side is good. Good catch. Oh, sorry, you're out. Nice, make sure you call it. Oh, you're out. Why you keep throwing it right to him? You're out, Sarah. Remember, you don't want to throw it right to the person. You guys are throwing it right to him.